Coach Kidd, what wasn't going right there early for y'all to get down 31?
No, that's a good question. Well, you give them credit. They came out and we talked about it. You know, Paul George and Harden. We had to keep them off the free throw line, but also the three. And they made 14 there in the first half. We talked about it at halftime, and we did a lot better job. They made 4 there in the second half, but just understanding that the guys that can hurt you, and Paul and Paul did a good job of getting going early. Our defense, again, in that first quarter was not up to par. We got great looks offensively. We missed some. It was kind of like game one all over again, having a bad quarter. But you know, the big thing is we fought, take the lead, we go up 1, and then George hits a corner three, a tough corner three, and then they take the lead again. So just looking at the start, we got to be better. To answer your question, we just have to be better. Contested threes is one thing, but when you give these guys warm-up threes, you can put yourself in a bad position, and that's what happened there in the first.
Jason, you mentioned the damage they did from the three-point line early. Obviously, the fourth quarter, they did most of their damage in the paint. What was the thought process of staying small with Maxey for those last 10 minutes instead of bringing back Gafford or Lively?
Yeah, just, understanding offensively, we needed to, space the floor. Maxey did a really good job there. Understanding what the options that we have of being able to play Maxey, being able to stretch the floor was the option we went with. Living with twos in this league doesn't hurt you. Threes kill you, and threes killed us this afternoon. We got to be better. When Harden is taking twos, it's better than a step back or him shooting a three, and just understand where they were shooting from the three in that first half. So you got to give up something. They're talented, and so we gave up the twos. Contested twos, they made them, but they gave us a chance to get back in the game and actually take the lead.
Jason, obviously the Clippers were doing a little bit of hunting today on Luka, and with his knee being a little hobbled, how do you think he fared on defense, and then how do you think his health is overall?
Yeah, I thought he did everything he could. His health, you would have to ask him how his health, but I thought he competed on both ends. He put us in a position, again, we take the lead there in the fourth. We just came up short, but again, I thought he did a really good job on both ends.
Jason, what did you see from Kyrie those last 3 quarters when he scored 40 points?
Well, all 4 quarters, if he didn't get going, it would have been, that game would have been over in the first. And so for him to be able to get going in the second got us back. And we just talked about, if we can get it within 15 there going before halftime, and we got it to 17. And then I told the coaches that I think we can get this thing down to 4 by the fourth. And we did. It was a 4-point game going into the fourth. But again, we had to play perfect in that fourth, and we just didn't come up with the key rebound. There was one that Harden came up with an offensive rebound. We got the missed 3, but Harden comes up with the rebound. So we have to be better rebounding the ball. We got the guys that we want to shoot in there in the fourth. Unfortunately, we just couldn't capitalize on it.
Let's go here first. Jason, you talked about the slow start a little bit. Is there anything specific that you see that this is happening again? Is there a need for Kyrie to be more involved sooner? Is there just more force that needs to be shown early in the game?
Yeah, this is like game one, early game. For whatever reason, we just haven't played well. We've gotten off to slow starts. We've played better in the second half, so that's just something that we got to talk about as a team. Is if there's another